In September of 2019, a YouTuber named Clayton uploaded a video titled Exploring a Haunted Hotel on his channel Time to Play TV. His channel focuses on urban exploration, and he frequently uploads footage of his strange and bizarre encounters while exploring various haunted and abandoned places throughout the United States. In this particular video, Clayton chose to investigate a haunted hotel known as the Riverview Hotel, located in St. Mary's, Georgia. For anyone unfamiliar with this location, the Riverview Hotel has an incredibly rich history that dates back more than a century. Built in 1916, it was owned and operated by Sally Brandon and her two sisters. Sally played a crucial role in the hotel's early years, helping to establish its esteemed reputation. Tragically, in 1936, Sally passed away at the age of 71, and since then the hotel has been rumored to be haunted. Over the years, numerous paranormal encounters have been documented, with visitors and employees experiencing strange occurrences such as unexplained noises, flickering lights, and sightings of ghostly apparitions. Many guests have reported seeing a woman walking down the hallway, often describing her as resembling Sally Brandon. Despite all of this, Clayton decided to investigate the haunted hotel and spend the night in one of the rooms. However, just 10 minutes into his visit, while setting up his cameras, he suddenly noticed the fan in the room mysteriously turn off and then turn back on. That was when things began to take a very bizarre turn for Clayton.
So I'm staying in this super haunted room, and I wasn't even getting ready to film or anything yet. I was going to throw all my stuff in my charger, and I was going to go outside and then come back in and then try to set up some cameras and film. I've been in this room for like 10 minutes. My fan has shut off and turned back on. See that? The fan and the light are both plugged in behind the bed, and they're connected. So that shuts them both off. You hear the fan shut off? So that one switch turns them both on and off. And the fan by itself is turned off, I want to say, maybe 2 or 3 times. The bathroom door over there, it's closed. Now, I don't mean a little bit. I mean, it's fully closed. Now, the reason it's open now is because I thought maybe a breeze, maybe something. There's no windows open. I got nothing going on. And that thing right there is just closed all by itself. It's a little spooky.
Clayton mentioned that the fan and the lamp were connected to the same switch. Disturbingly, he only saw the fan turning off and on, but not the lamp. This indicated that the fan didn't turn off due to a power outage, suggesting that someone or something must have manually turned the fan off. During this time, he also noted that he witnessed the bathroom door mysteriously open before he started recording. However, as Clayton was talking to his viewers, he saw the bathroom door close on its own, and this time he managed to capture it on video.
Battery's about to go low. And then do whatever I can to get it. It's closing right now, guys. It just moved a little bit. I'm telling you, there's no one in here with me. Completely alone. Hello? There is no one here, guys. Watch. Watch. See, it's a watch. It doesn't close by itself. Okay? And this thing's open and closed. It's done it by itself. I want to say that's the second or third. I can't remember if it did it once or twice before I started on, but it's been doing it a lot, and I don't get it. Because I tried doing it by hand. I got goosebumps. It closed all the way.
It's evident that the door mysteriously closes on its own multiple times. Disturbingly, when Clayton went inside to investigate, he found no one who could have shut the door. After this strange encounter, Clayton decided to communicate with whatever or whoever was responsible for closing the door. As he attempted to make contact with the presence inside, that's when he encountered something truly unexplainable.
So I'm going to put my stuff on the charger, and then I'm going to go. I should leave something rolling while I'm in here, but everything's got to charge. You think you can close that one more time for me? You think one more time you could close the door? And then I'll leave you alone. Then I'll leave, and I'll leave this room for a little while. I won't come back if you close that door one more time. Nope. What the hell? Oh, it didn't close all the way this time. All right, I told you I would leave. I'm out. All right, guys. I'm out. I'm gonna leave like I said I would. I'm gonna charge my stuff out. I'm freaking out, guys. I'm freaking out.
After Clayton attempted to make contact with the presence inside, he witnessed the door close immediately after his command. Following this bizarre encounter, he decided to take a break from his investigation and stepped outside the room, leaving the bathroom door open to see if it would close on its own. To his surprise, when he returned to the room, he discovered that the door had been closed. After everything Clayton had experienced that night, he was overwhelmed with fear and anxiety. As a result, he decided to set up a camera near his bed to capture any activity while he slept. It's evident that the fan turns off and turns back on several times, and just moments later, the chair can be seen mysteriously moving toward the fan before abruptly stopping as it collides with it. But Clayton was completely unaware of any of these strange occurrences as he was fast asleep. However, about 30 minutes later, he was suddenly awakened by something that caused Clayton to rush out of the room.
This chair was over there. It just hit my bed really hard. I need to see if I got that.
If you look closely at the footage, you can clearly see that the entire bed mysteriously moves on its own, prompting Clayton to jump out of his sleep. After Clayton woke up, he noticed that the chair had moved from its original position. He immediately grabbed his camera to check the footage. After reviewing the footage, Clayton discovered everything that had happened while he was asleep. As a result, he ultimately decided to leave the room and walk around the hotel. During this time, he spoke with one of the employees and mentioned how the bed and the chair had moved on their own, as well as the door closing and everything else he had encountered that night. The employee noted that such encounters are very common in the hotel. To make matters even more disturbing, the employee added that, for the past few weeks, these occurrences had worsened significantly. When Clayton asked why, the employee explained that an elderly man in his 70s had recently passed away in one of the rooms. When Clayton asked which room it was, the employee revealed that it was the same room where Clayton was staying. After this shocking discovery, Clayton decided not to sleep or stay in the room for any longer than he needed, and ultimately left the hotel early in the morning. And as of the time this video was uploaded, Clayton has not returned to the haunted Riverview Hotel. In September of 2021, a British YouTuber named Colin uploaded a rather disturbing video titled "Exploring an Abandoned Hospital" to his channel The Bearded Explorer. His channel primarily focuses on urban exploration, and he frequently posts footage of his strange encounters while exploring various haunted and abandoned buildings. In this particular video, Colin decided to explore an abandoned hospital known as the Zachary Merton Ward, situated in Stanmore, England. Constructed in 1936, it was one of the first dedicated rehabilitation facilities in the UK. This was a crucial step in advancing patient care at that time, as there was a growing recognition of the need for specialized care for patients with chronic conditions. However, as medical technology and rehabilitation practices evolved, the need for older facilities like the Zachary Merton Ward diminished. The ward was ultimately shut down in the mid-1980s. Since then, the hospital has been completely abandoned for over 40 years and has gained a reputation for being haunted. One of the most famous paranormal sightings linked with the ward is that of the Grey Lady. She is typically described as a figure dressed in gray, believed to be the spirit of a former patient or staff member. Some witnesses have reported seeing her walking through the ward, while others have felt her presence without actually seeing her. Despite all this, Colin chose to explore the haunted hospital on his own. As he began his exploration and stepped foot inside the hospital, he immediately noticed the terrible condition of the building, with crumbling walls and ceilings along with piles of paper and junk scattered everywhere. During this time, he mentioned that this was one of the creepiest places he'd ever been in and was nothing like he'd ever explored before. As he explored further, he discovered stacks of old furniture and medical equipment left behind. Everything up to this point seemed to be going pretty smoothly for Colin, as he didn't hear or see anything unusual. However, as he made his way into the hallway, he started hearing some pretty bizarre noises, and that's when things started to take a very disturbing turn for Colin.
Do you know, I've been to a lot of buildings and places on my own, but this place here is giving me the chills like you wouldn't believe it. I think this place closed back in the 1980s. You know, it's been empty for a very, very long time. I'm actually surprised it's still here. Normally they bring these places down, like... What's that? Oh, I'm hearing noises in there now. That wasn't nice. It sounded like footsteps. That was really creepy. There is so much stuff in here. Oh, what was that? I don't think there's anyone else in here. I'm sure there isn't. I keep hearing these weird noises. It's an empty, disused building. There's probably all sorts of animals and things in here.
After Colin heard the noises, he initially didn't think much of it, but when he heard the noise again, he ultimately concluded that it must belong to an animal and immediately got back to his exploration. However, as he explored the remaining parts of the building, he started hearing the noises once again.
Cool. Well, I think that is pretty much everything, guys. I think that's the whole site done. So take a walk back downstairs. Now I'm going to do some pictures, do some cinematics, and then I think we can make a move. Fuck. Hello?
As Colin was filming the window, he suddenly heard a loud banging noise coming from the hallway. He immediately went towards the noise to investigate its source, but unfortunately he found nothing that could have caused such a loud bang. Nevertheless, Colin didn't back down and continued with his exploration. However, as he was exploring one of the rooms, that's when he encountered something that sent him running out of the building.
What the hell is that? Starting to be some really weird stuff in here. Oh, fuck!
According to Colin, while he was walking through the hallway, he suddenly heard a loud bang. This immediately sent him running, and as he picked up his camera, he claimed to have seen a figure standing behind the blue chair before it vanished right before his eyes. Although his camera didn't capture the figure, he did identify a point in the footage where a figure can be seen standing, but it is still a mystery if this was a figure standing or merely just a shadow of some sort. However, the mystery surrounding the figure doesn't end here. After Colin uploaded this video to his channel, he uploaded another video where he returned to the haunted hospital a month later to investigate further. However, little did Colin know that what he was about to encounter this time would be far worse than anything he'd experienced during his previous visit.
Cannot believe that I'm doing this on my own at night. Definitely not going up that way first, I'm going this way first. Why am I doing this? Why am I here? Why am I doing this? Oh my God, it is absolutely freezing in here. It is absolutely freezing. There's no windows open in here. Every single window is boarded. Oh, okay, okay, that was creepy. It felt like I bumped into someone, but there's no one there. Literally, I step into this room here. The temperature change from there to here, you know, that is really strange.
As soon as Colin entered one of the rooms, he noticed that the temperature inside was significantly colder, and the moment he stepped back out, the temperature returned to normal. This detail is particularly alarming, given that many paranormal experts claim cold spots may indicate the presence of a ghost. The theory is that when a spirit moves, it absorbs heat from the environment, and therefore creates a cold spot within its path. Nevertheless, Colin didn't think much of this detail and continued with his exploration. However, just moments later, as he walked through the hallway, that's when he stumbled upon something truly disturbing.
Why am I here on my own walking around this abandoned hospital that I saw something. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was a ghost. I mean, I can show you guys now, right? I saw something just behind that blue chair. Now, bearing in mind I saw it with my own eyes, I didn't realise I had it on camera. Let's do this. What the hell was that? I'm sure I heard something. I don't know. It's probably just the wind. Okay, this is the worst part for me. Whoa. I think it is just Whoa. Okay, that's scary. God, this is absolutely... What the fuck? No, I'm hearing noises all around me. I don't know what it is. I am just so terrified right now. I can hear noises. I don't know whether it's pigeons in the loft. I don't know if it's stuff falling from the ceilings. It must be.
After hearing the noises, Colin initially dismissed them as a pigeon. However, after hearing a similar noise several more times, he immediately went towards the noise to investigate its source. But unfortunately, he found nothing that could have caused those noises. He then left the hallway and went upstairs to explore the remaining parts of the building. During his exploration, Colin again felt the sudden shift in temperature, but he didn't back down and continued exploring. However, that's when he started hearing the noises once again, but this time they were louder and closer.
Goosebumps on my whole body right now are just... You could probably strike a match off my skin. Look at this little... What was that? What was that? What the hell was that? Fuck. I think it's just stuff falling from the ceiling, but it's bloody frightening the life out of me. Why does it look like a leg sticking out that door out there? It's not, but... Oh! I've just got all these ideas going through my head at the moment. Whoa. Oh, there's someone in there. That can't be. No. There's no one in here. There is nobody in here. It's just me. Hello? Oh, fuck. There's no one in here.
After Colin heard the loud bang, he immediately ran off, but eventually went back to investigate its source. Once again, despite searching everywhere, he found nothing that could have caused such a loud bang. By this point, Colin was consumed by fear and anxiety over everything he'd been witnessing that night. As a result, he decided to end his exploration and exit the building. However, just as Colin was trying to leave, that's when he encountered something that sent him running out of the building.
Oh, God, okay. Oh, I've never been so scared. I've never been so scared. I'm getting out of here. I've had enough. Fuck that. Fuck that. That was weird. That was really, really weird. Oh, what is it about this place? Oh, I hate this place, I really do. Just listen. Shit.
If you look closely at the footage, you can clearly see a red ball mysteriously rolling out of the room. Colin, upon spotting the ball, immediately rushes out of the building and safely makes it back to his car. It's still a mystery whether what Colin encountered that night was paranormal or not, along with the mystery of how the ball suddenly rolled out of the room, or whether the figure Colin claimed to have seen during his initial visit was somehow responsible for throwing the ball. Ultimately, it's up to you to decide whether Zachary Merton Ward in England was truly haunted or not.